Hey, Rachel. Hey, Branson. How y'all doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. Have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh,
How
good.
about you?
Yeah. Not too busy, but really great weather here for some reason. It's very unusual.
Yeah, it's gotten cool.
Yeah, we've had a very mild late spring compared to normal, and I'm just not used to it here. Normally, it's very hot and humid here, as a general
Yeah.
rule of thumb.
Yeah,
So,
I'm wearing a sweater today because I'm pretty chilly.
oh my God, what's your temperature there today?
I think it's in the mid 70s right now. It was in the 60s this morning.
Wow, yeah. I'm not sure what we were this morning. I think we're in the 70s now. But I think the weather forecast that I saw said that it was going to be 70s all week long. So it's great. It's a shocker.
It works out all right for my son. He does door-to-door sales
Oh,
for a
wow.
roofing company.
Oh my gosh.
And
Hard
so
to
this
know.
has been okay for him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a serious job. You never know what or who will answer the door.
It really surprised us. He's just 17. He'll be 18 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And he's just beside himself with excitement. Like this is just such an odd career. Well, not career, but
Yeah.
job that he's decided to undertake.
What do you think he likes about it? All the different people he meets?
Yeah, he really likes talking to people. I don't know if you're familiar with Bumble, and there's another app that he uses, and it just allows him to just randomly talk to people about so many subjects, and he just sits there and just talks to people for hours.
Oh, that's wild. Maybe he should be a shrink.
He wants to be an aeronautical engineer.
Oh, okay. Hey, Branson, how are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Hope it was helpful talking to Ben last week. Seemed to connect with him pretty well.
Yes, it was. It was. He got me on the right path. If it's okay, I worked on something this weekend. I want to know if I could email it to you.
Of course, you don't have to ask permission.
Okay.
I won't charge you that much. Yeah, I'm happy to. What is it? A proposal or presentation?
It's a proposal. After talking to Ben and thinking about the area, everything, I reformatted the way that I'm going to move forward. Working with a lot of the youth kids and getting the youth to go out into these restaurants, into like community gardens, to farms, to different businesses, and basically let them learn how to research, talk about, and get digital content, and teach them how to put together a podcast using all the information they find weekly from these different things.
Oh, very cool.
So I put a proposal together to try to get funding for it. So
Okay.
that's what I want to send over to
Who are
you.
you going to pitch on the funding?
Right now I'm looking at the ABC board, and a couple maybe nonprofits who are trying to work with the youth.
Okay.
Since I have the tools and knowledge, I think that would be a good way to be the in-between between the nonprofit and the children, since I am known around for doing the music and different things. So that would give me a little celebrity in that light. So
That's cool. I think the Boys and Girl Club would be a good one to connect with, I would think, over there in Winterville. They seem to be pretty, I know they've done a lot of work at ECU with that group.
okay.
Yeah, they're a good organization. My kids went to summer camp a few times at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, it's got pretty broad community support, I think, in this area. They actually have a really nice building even, which I find amazing. Because that costs a lot of money to get a big building like that. So
Yeah,
somebody's,
we've done a couple things with the school there. I've DJ'd a couple parties for them, and I also helped when they set up a studio upstairs at that Boys and Club. They have a full studio there.
wow.
Yeah. They did a article about me, and we went to that studio to do a photo, basically photo shoot in the studio. I didn't go to my studio. I went into that studio to give that studio exposure. So I always try to figure out a way how to give nonprofits exposure using my exposure. So
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's fantastic. All right. Well, I'm gonna, I guess, go ahead and get started. Although I think, Grant, if you'll keep an eye peeled for people joining, that'd be great. And today we're going to look at a tool that I may have shown you before, I may have talked about it before, but I figured if I showed you how to use it, or how, at least how I use it, it might be helpful to everybody as they try to figure out how to produce particularly video content. And this is not, Branson obviously knows how to do all this stuff, but this is maybe more for people who aren't as familiar with that. So I'm going to share my screen, hopefully. And let's see here. Okay, so we'll try this here. Okay. So hopefully everybody can see my screen. So what I did here was using our friend Chris Neal in Carolina Butterbeans. I went to a site you may be familiar with called Medium, and Medium has both a free and a paid version, but it's basically a blogging site, and you can use any site like this. It doesn't have to be this particular one. But what I did was I just took some stuff from Chris's website, his Facebook, and kind of created, this is a really rough and fast kind of article. As you can see, it's got a few pictures, it's got some words. Those words are basically cut and paste directly from his website or his Facebook page. And you notice up here, there's a URL and it says acceleraterural.medium.com / blah, blah, Carolina Butterbean. This URL is created when you write this blog post. So I wanted to just show you that. So that this also could just be his website, for example, or it could be some other website. It doesn't really matter. So now I'm going to share something else with any luck. Let's see here. Sorry about this. I'm hopefully okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so now we'll attempt to do this. If I'm doing this right, we'll soon find out. Okay, so I'm going to, all right, so I've created this website that I told you about, and you can see that, and I don't need to blow that up. So I'm actually going to exit out of that for now. And this is a website or a tool called Lumen5, Lumen 5, and it's just lumen5.com. Okay. And so basically what you see up here is you see where I've taken the URL that I was just talking about, acceleraterural.medium.com / Carolina Butterbeans. And I put it in here and I clicked on import, and it brings in that website. It also works with Word documents or other forms of content. You can do a variety of things. And then once you do that, it kind of appears, you can see this looks just like the website we were just looking at. and then you can click on convert to video. So just to make it a little bit simpler, I've already did that part, so I'm going to show you how this looks. So what you can see here is a series of screens. This is screen 1, screen 2, etc. And I also point out that some of these pictures were given to me by Chris. I asked him to send me some pictures, and he just sent me a handful of pictures from his farm and from the store. And so basically, I entered those into, you see over here, media, and you can see that you can have a library, or in my case, I uploaded pictures that he sent me, so you can see where they came from. So you can take them off the web, take them off something else, keep them in a file. It can be stock photography, it can be all whatever you want to do here. So basically, I just real quick and dirty created kind of a series of screens and typed in where it either took the text from the website or I added to it. So our beautiful market, Carolina Butter Beans, is a wholesale produce farm located in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and so forth. And I might point out, like this particular picture here of the skillet with stuff in it, that was automatically picked by Lumen5. It picked it off a stock web resource somewhere to kind of make the point of trying to add all those things into one: zucchini, butter beans, peas, etc., into one. And most of the other pictures Chris gave me one way or the other. So just at the lowest level, you can see that I've got a series of slides, if you will, and I've typed in words, or it's typed in the words, and I've edited it slightly. I also have the ability to add a voiceover. If I wanted to add commentary, I could. I chose not to in this particular case. So I'm going to just show you. One other thing, sorry. It also has over here on the left, it has a series of music, which you're going to hear in a second. And these are included in the software, and these are really intended to be short clips that are compatible, hopefully, with what you're doing. And you can also upload songs if you have a particular song, a jingle, or something that you want to do, then you can do that as well. So I'm going to just show you a rough idea of what this really rough thing looks like here. Okay, so I want to emphasize that I spent about 2 minutes on this. Okay, so it's kind of rough. You also have the ability, like here on swap design, you can change the design of the slides across the board. You can change them the way the text appears, and you can even create new ones. You also control how long the slide appears on the screen. So in this case, it's 3 seconds for this particular one, but I could make it longer, shorter, whatever really makes sense. And also, I think it's important when you're working with something like this that you have an understanding of where it is that you plan to put this content. So for example, and I may be wrong on this, but I believe Instagram has a time limit of how long a video can be. I'm not 100% sure if it's 30 seconds or if it's 1 minute, but whatever it is, you can use this timer feature to make the video fit the requirement of where it is you might show it. And you can see here, there's other options. You can add other media. You can make it brighter, darker, just all kinds of things that you can do with it. See if we can see some other styles. There's a whole bunch of tools that you can use here. You can change your colors. This case, I'm using the one that it picked. Red, black, and white. Could be this purple or wisteria as they call it. And have it make the most sense. The other thing that's important when you first do this, you want to decide where it is that it's going to appear. So in this case, I picked news feed. So this is a Facebook news feed. It's the standard size that Facebook looks for. So it will, it will view properly on Facebook. And as you go through here, you can see there's stuff for Instagram and the various formats within Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, etc. And you can do custom. Like, for example, if you want to do TikTok, you find out the measurements that TikTok requires size-wise, and you can make yours fit that requirement. But in this case, I just picked regular Facebook news feed just to make it simple. And then, so I'm going to preview it one more time, only this time I'm going to change the music just to give you an idea. And this is, you can see that they have words describing the emotions: hopeful, beckoning, hard driving, festive. Let's try festive. Why not, right? Let's see if we can find that one again. Well, it kind of disappeared on me. So let me find one that here we go. Southern Loving. That sounds good. You can see it changed the music to fit the mood that I wanted to take this case. Notice also the colors are different now. It's got the purple instead of the red. Good for you, I guess. Okay, so what we're trying to do here is really create content. And as you can see with this, and this is a really quick and dirty effort, if you will, but you could take more time and you could create stories, for example. You could tell a story about something in your business. You can add the voiceover here, which enables you to record your own voiceover. You can either have the artificial intelligence. We can try that and see how that works, just for the fun of it. Let's see if it does what it does. That's a new feature I hadn't seen before. So let's see what it can do.
Carolina butter beans in Downtown Fresh Market. Downtown Fresh Market, our beautiful market. Carolina Butter Beans is a wholesale produce farm located in Goldsboro, NC. Our farm grows butter beans, peas, squat, Carolina butter beans in Downtown Fresh Market. Downtown Fresh Market, our beautiful market. Carolina Butter Beans is a wholesale produce farm located in Goldsboro, NC.
Okay, well, I think that needs some more work. That AI, the AI voiceover is not really making a lot of sense there. So, basically,
Yeah, but Dennis, it was better than my voice doing it.
Yeah, me too. But the point really I want to make is that there's really no reason why you can't make professional quality graphics video like this. It just takes some time fooling around with this. It's something like $15 a month for this service. You could do it for a month and do about 50 and then put them, put it away or whatever, if that becomes a problem. And there's lots of helper type videos and all kinds of stuff on how to do this the right way. But I think you'll agree that you can stand out on social media with some of this content and some of this ability to pick and choose, the story. I particularly like stories. I think that's really important. I think all of you have unique personalities and it's part of your business. And one of the problems with online businesses is really sharing that personality, making sure that people kind of get a sense of who they're connecting with. But you could create content here by the particular channel, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. I think that's pretty cool. And the stored music and the stored pictures are pretty good. But you could, like Chris has a whole bunch of great pictures from his farm. You could load up on your pictures. You could load up on your music if you want to. Branson probably has tons of music that he would do. But my point in showing this to you really is that it isn't really a barrier to making a professional impact with your social media. You are able to do some of this stuff that you might thought of maybe a little bit too hard, a little too expensive. And my guess is if you did it a few times, you'd get better and better at it, and you'd be able to engage with your customers. The other thing I wanted to point out, I'm not going to demonstrate it right now because it takes too long, but basically after you create this preview that we just looked at and you decide you like it, then you click on publish and it makes the video and it downloads the video wherever you want to download it to. So download to your computer or download to some kind of online hard drive or whatever, but it's actually physically a file in whatever format you want. You can tell it to be an MP4 or a .mov, whatever format you want. You can make it, and that's yours. It is not subject to you logging into that website again. That's your video that you can then use any way you like, including editing in another software if you want to. It doesn't prevent you. It isn't locked up or anything like that. So I think it's a good opportunity, particularly if you are dealing with like holiday promotions, 4th of July coming up, whatever. It really lends itself to a series of content that could be tailored to that particular occasion. And I really like that. And I also like the fact that it creates your file. It's your property, and you can then use that file however you like. And if it's uploading it into your social media or however, you can even be emailed, right? It's if it isn't that large a file, you can probably email, although I'm not sure that's the best use. Probably better load it up into YouTube and then send the YouTube link or whatever, or the other social media. But I thought this was worth taking a little bit of time for you guys to take a look at it and basically tell me what you all think. I see some things on chat here, which I'll take a look at. Okay, good. Branson put a promotion that he has done on here, so we'll take a look at that. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Pexels.com, Rachel, I believe is one of the sources that Lumen uses. I think they have access to Pexels and quite a few other. Unsplash is another one you might be familiar with. That's free stock photography. I think it reaches all those automatically, is my understanding. But that is good to know that there is a fair number of stock photography that's available. Any questions, thoughts on this at this point?
No, I really liked it. I actually downloaded Branson's promo.
Oh, cool.
And I just had one grammatical note that he might want to address.
I love it.
Well, I, if I didn't have autocorrect when it came to spelling, I would just be lost.
Yeah.
At the 24-second mark, Branson, you might want to either change it to we will be using or we will use.
All right. He's staying muted in protest. He's
Sorry, I was speaking and it was muted, but thank you. I'll go back and fix that. I'm sorry.
no, that's good. Rachel actually is a teacher on the side and
No.
keeping us all straight. I really appreciate that. We all need all the help we can get, especially the lazier I get letting autocorrect and everything work. God knows what I'm trying to say, you know, I mean, geez, it's really a challenge. Since we're all here, I'm going to show you one other thing that may be helpful to you. And some of you may be familiar with it. So this is another tool that I use quite a bit. So let's see if we can share the screen here. Give it a try. Okay. I don't know if you all are familiar with Buffer or not, but Buffer is a tool that allows you for free in this case to post to social media all at once and on a scheduled basis. So you see here, this is Accelerate Rural. We have Instagram, we have Twitter, and we have LinkedIn that we send stuff to. Let's see, I'll see if I can do a posting just to show you kind of how it might work. Sorry, let me see here. So let's just say, let's see. See if I can find this without too much trouble. Entrepreneur.com. So I'll just just pick one of these just for the fun of it. So this one is a webinar that's coming up on supporting Black-owned businesses. So what I can do here is I can select the URL, and then I can go over to Buffer, and then I can pick which places I want that to appear. So in this case, I'm going to have it go on all 3 sites at once. I'm going to put that URL in. Now that wasn't very helpful. So normally this fills in this part. So let me just type that in. I don't know why it did that. Well, not doing too good a job here. Sorry about that. You can put pictures here. Normally, the website gives you pictures and then you pick pictures from the website, so you don't have to go hunting around like this. I'm not sure what's happening here. And then you can type in a message here that would go on the different social media that you might have. And then you can see here that now it's saying here, it's telling me that it's not going to let me post to Instagram without a picture. So I picked a bad example. Same thing with Twitter. So in this case, for some reason, that one didn't really work out too well. So let me just see if I can pick a better one. Inc.com. I'm trying to pick a, it didn't work too well either. Let's see. Okay, so here's a guy that's starting an airline. So we're gonna pick the URL. We're gonna go back here, and we're going to get rid of these. Sorry about this. I've not had this happen before. Of course, I should have tested before we did this. Okay, so let me just get rid of that. Okay, so now we'll see if this works better with any luck. So I can, like I mentioned, I can pick a picture from the article. So we'll do that. That's fine. I don't need two of them. And then we can have, we can say different things like, you know, starting a new airline. Okay. And so then you can add it to the queue, or you can schedule it. Like in this case here, I want to edit, and I can then say whatever date that I want to actually have that post. So I could post it today. I could make it, you know, in an hour, etc. So you have a lot of control over what you post. And of course, you can upload your own pictures and just type your own content as well. So that's, and that is a free tool for up to 3 accounts. So 3 social media accounts. If you have more than that, then you have to pay a smaller, you know, small fee. But it's pretty cool. You can, I think you can plan out like maybe 30 days in advance, maybe even more than that. You can schedule things to happen based on things in your business or in your, you know, in your marketing plans. And it's a lot easier than trying to go to each individual social media and try to keep it all straight. There are differences in formats, and it'll tell you that, for example, on Instagram, it has to have a picture. You don't need a picture for Facebook or Twitter. But for Instagram, you do. I don't know about LinkedIn if they require a picture or not. Not 100% sure about that. But those are 2 tools that we've used here at Accelerate Rural to kind of you know, get the word out and to create content that we think can be helpful. We can help you. You know, on a limited basis, if you want us to help you create a video on Lumen5, we can do that with the help of Grant and Marco and myself. We can do that on a limited basis and make you a video that you can pass around, you know, no charge, of course. We do have that ability as well. And we did that some in earlier classes that people were able to use for press releases or other promotions that they were doing. We're able to help them without the, you know, them having the expense of having to sign up for it themselves. So any thoughts or questions about what we've talked about today? Okay. Well, that's all I've got for today. I'm sorry it's kind of limited, but I thought it would take longer, but it didn't, you know. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you do have questions. I think Branson probably has forgotten more of this stuff than I've ever learned. So that's something to keep in mind, that reaching out to Branson, if that makes sense for you, to get some help on some of this stuff. And I guess that's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.
Thanks,
Thank
Dennis.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.